Hello and welcome to Atelier Sandrine Moji. This video is a slightly edited version of a video that I posted on Patreon 3 years ago, which was painting the veins on a petal and specifically on a geranium. It's part of my Patreon archive and I have revisited it to post it here publicly on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. And you can check out my Patreon on the address which is now on the screen. In this video I'm going to show you how to paint the veins on a petal, and I am going to use this geranium as an example because I am just about ready here with this tutorial to paint veins on. I have shown you the painting of veins in videos before as part of bigger tutorials when we work on a longer project, but I've never done a video specifically to show you how to paint the veins, so I thought that could be quite useful to show you the process and the thinking behind it in a bit more detail. So I have now all my washes on this petal. I've got a pale green in the center, then I've got a bit of a pale magenta, and then the purple petals. And the veins, if I look at the petals, are grey to start with, and then they go to a different color which isn't the color I've used in the purple. I've used quinacridone and lilac to mix my purple, but for the veins I'm going to use carmine. So I have some carmine here in my palette and it's completely dry. So I have taken some carmine from my paint box, put it in here with water, and then I've left it to dry so that the water that I'm going to paint on the petal isn't very watery. So I'm going to start with this one because I want to show you how I turn the page every time I paint a petal. And I'm putting it at an angle, so when my hand is here, I'm working at an angle which is kind of parallel to my hand. So I'm not pulling towards me, I'm not pushing away from me, I'm working sideways so I can do a line sideways with my hand here. So I'm going to start with the carmine, and I have the flower in front of me here so that I can observe the whole time. So if I say, it's not the same flower as the one I painted because the one I painted has lost its petals, but it is the same plant. This is my little bud here. That is an unopened bud, that's a finished flower, but it doesn't matter. What I'm looking at here is the flower. So I'm going to go with this one being this one here, this one being here. Just going to overlap the other way, and then that one here, that one here, that one here. So I'm starting with this one, which is this one. Now if you're not confident about going straight with the paint there, you could use your sketch and draw your veins on here as a practice. And if you think that you're not that good at observing, that's definitely what I would do. So I'm going to start, I've got here a brush which is a 0, and I've dampened it, and then I have a cloth here. Although it's wet, I'm brushing it on some cloth so that it's just damp. And I'm picking up some carmine, which you remember in the palette is completely dry. So I'm going to start with the central one, and I'm not going right to the middle because to the middle, if you remember, this is grey. It picks up about here. And it goes straight towards the edge, but it doesn't reach the edge. And then there's a little one branching out. And then there's another one to the side. So I'm doing this petal here. This one's branching out as well. And then with another brush that I am wetting and then brushing a little bit, I'm going to blend that in because I don't want it to be too harsh. I want those lines to be in the texture of the petal, not sitting on top. That's very important. Now, if I wet here, for example, I'm wetting this one and this one, I'm wetting in between. I can't do a vein here now because that's damp. So every time I pick up some paint and I do another vein, it has to be in a part of the flower that is dry. Otherwise, it's just going to blend in straight away and it's going to add some color to the petal, but it's not going to look like a vein, it's just going to look like extra color. Okay, then I'm cleaning my little brush and then I'm going to go with grey. So I've got my shadow color left on my palette here, which is dried as well. I'm going to go with that as it's already a grey. I don't need another grey. I've got that one here. And I'm just going to finish those lines. And then again with a damp brush, just go over it. And then I'm going to move on to the next petal. And as I move on to the next petal, I'm going to turn my page. I'm just going to put a piece of blotting paper here in case my palette is a bit dirty. And it's important to follow the veins of a specific petal each time because the veins are different on each petal. And if you repeat the same pattern, it's not going to look right. It's going to show that you've just repeated the same pattern instead of doing what the flower is doing, which is being random. Okay, and I'm going to keep on going around. I'm going to do the other two and I'll come back to show you. Okay, I've done my 5 petals, so I'm going to show you something else. If you find that after you have blended, you've blended a little bit too much and some of the veins have disappeared too much, you can go back and do it again. But it's important, extremely important, that you go to the exact same place. So I'm just going over a few that I think I've blended too much. Okay, I think that's enough. So a couple of important things as well before I stop the video is you have to observe exactly what's going on here. The temptation is once you've done a petal and you've done one like this, one like this, one like this, one's branching out, one like this, you think for the next petal, oh yeah, I get it. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, and 1 or 2 are branching out. And if you start making things up, this is where it starts looking really unnatural. So you have to keep the flower in front of you and actually do what you can see. Don't make it up, even if you think you know what's going on. The other thing is, when you do a vein that is branching out, so say you have, I'm going to go quite that here so you can see it. If it branches out like this, make sure here that they connect. If you go too quickly, you might end up doing something like this with a little gap here. It has to be continuous. It has to branch out from here, because if there's a little cut, then there's no continuity and the sap cannot go from here to here if it cannot go here. So every time you have veining, whether it's on petals or whether it's on leaves, don't forget that connection. Don't just, leave a little gap like this. Or same thing, don't go too far and cross it. That's important as well, because that won't look right. So you have to really look at each one of these connections to make sure that they branch out properly. And this is it. This is our geranium with the veins done. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know in the comments below and I will answer your questions. And I will see you soon in the next tutorial. Happy painting! Bye!